Hi guys, welcome back. So today I am using a combination of things. I've got a embossing folder from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm also showcasing the December 22 Blooming Heart Spellbinders large die of the month. This is such a pretty and very clever die set to put together. So it comes with that large grey heart that I've cut out, as well as the blooms, and I will show you those in a second. So I started with the embossing folder from Simon, which I actually there's like an invisible, almost invisible heart within that embossing folder, and I kind of stuck it upside down, but hey ho, we're gonna go with it. So I also have, these are all the flowers. I put them together off screen because there is a lot of little pieces and quite a bit of die cutting, but they layer up so beautifully. And it's very easy to know from the instructions what part or how many of each bit that you need to cut out. So it's very, very clever. And so there are two of the green pieces that they are different, so they actually create that shape of the heart. So I'm just now going to take each of these florals or flowers and add them into or onto each of these green layers. The green layers you'll see by the time we've put the flowers on are actually the sort of backdrop and the leaves. So this is, like I say, it's very easy to put together. I had so much fun die cutting this after work one night. I just thought, let me just sit. I needed a bit of distraction. I wasn't feeling very well, so it was a nice sort of thing to just distract, which I think if there's something like that helps you cope, then do that. So these, like I say, there's all these little flowers. I used the packaging that comes with the large die of the month, and because there are such great and easy to follow instructions on how to put each of these dies of the month together, and sort of the main idea behind it, I used the packaging as a guide for colours and things like that. So I think in the packaging there's actually browns. Let me just have a look. They use sort of browns and just different shades of blues and reds and things. So I didn't actually have any red, so I've got a darker pink and two shades of. I used some yellow that I thought coordinated. My blue flowers are sort of a navy and a brighter blue than what they sort of showed on the image, and the pink is probably quite close in colour, and like I say, I used a grey instead of brown, and obviously the green. so that's the two pieces put together, and like I say, those are really pretty on their own. You could do something else completely different and not use the heart and use them as decorative pieces on scrapbook pages or Project Life, whatever, or even on a card. But basically they sit and nest almost into the heart. It's just stunning. So I decided to stick these flat. I did contemplate where the flowers themselves are, putting some foam adhesive on there to raise that up. You could easily do that. I think that would look stunning. But what I did was, as I laid them down, I didn't press them in properly into place. I just pressed enough so that I still had a bit of time to move around and get them positioned just right. But look at that, isn't that stunning? And originally I was going to do a landscape card, and there are also two word dies, so with love, in the stamps in the die set. And because of the spacing, when the heart goes the sort of landscape way, this is a standard A2 size card, it fits perfectly that way. But because I'd embossed my background by then, I had forgotten about a sentiment, so I decided actually let's use the little words that come in it, and they are very fine. So I actually grabbed, this is like dot adhesive, like a dot adhesive sheet that I got in one of the Simon Says Stamp card kits, can't remember which one, and so I've stuck the words on there and then just used the top layer to burnish it. I will burnish it a bit more, and you'll see that. But it just makes easy sticking of teeny tiny little things. Now you can use a solid sheet as well, and add a piece of cardstock before you die cut it, so it becomes a sticker. I can show you that in another video, but this works really well. And I cut the lighter pink and the darkest pink, and in the end you'll see I put the dark one on because that shows up the most, but actually, and I don't do this in the video, I actually take the lighter ones and add them slightly offset to this darker pink, the darker pink words, just so that it gives it more of a shadowing kind of look. And actually it makes a huge difference, because these two words together like this, as I'm going to show you in the video, they almost look a bit flat, which is kind of a shame because the rest of it's got so much dimension without actually having dimension, because of all the layers of the flowers. So once I'd stuck those down, you can see, I mean, it looks okay. There's nothing wrong with it, but I did feel like it lacked something. So like I say, I go back with the pale pink and offset it so the darker pink becomes the shadow of the pale pink, if that makes sense. And if you check out my social media accounts, you'll see the photos with the finished ones where they have that offset, and you'll be able to see what I mean. It was kind of an afterthought. Well, it was a beginning thought, and then I changed my mind while I was making the video, and then it became an afterthought. Anyway, so for the main heart, I decided to actually put some foam adhesive on the back of that. This isn't like thin foam, so it's probably about 1 mil thick. I don't know what that is in any other language, but it's about 1 mil thick, so it's quite thin adhesive, which is nice if you want a bit of dimension, but you don't want that bulk. And then all I did was lined it up just inside the actual embossed area at the top, and then just side to side as well. And that way it will still go in the post quite nicely, but it should still fit in an envelope for the most part. You might have to adjust the envelope a little bit if it's an A2 envelope. But I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this card, and I hope you give it a whirl if you've got it. Until next time, bye for now.